Welcome to the product tutorials on how to create a new invoice in the invoicing module of Replicon. I'm now logged in into the Replicon instance. In order to create a new invoice, go to the billing section and click on the invoice tab available at the top. Then click on the add invoice button and you would see a section coming up here. To start with, choose the client that you wish to create this invoice against. You would see the billing address coming up immediately. This address is maintained in the client info. You can add a description and choose the date of issue. You can also specify the payment terms, add the PO number, and choose the currency. By default, the system picks up the currency that has been maintained in the client info. Let's move on to the next section of adding the line items. You can either add the line items that have been in the timesheet, in the expense sheet, or that are fixed bid line items, or you can add ad hoc line items in the invoice. Let's look at them here. To add line items, click on the plus sign available here. The system would show you all the line items that are available here for the date that you see on the top. You can customize this date by clicking here and then choosing the date from which you would like to see all the line items. We also provide you filters for the 3 consecutive months. That is, the month that is currently going on, the previous month, and the month previous to that. The units, rate, and amount columns that you see here will always stay standard. You can, however, choose to see project, user, billing rate name if you want to. In order to do so, click on the edit button that is available at the top and choose the columns that you wish to see. Click on the drop down and see what other options are available here. If you wish to see the task name before billing rate name, then change it to task and click on the add column and you can see the billing rate coming up in the next column. Once you're done with this configuration, click on generate line items and you would see these columns coming up as you design them to come up as. Then choose the line items that you wish to invoice. You can either have all of them selected or you can uncheck all and check the ones that you would like to invoice. Then click on the add selected line items. Once you click on that, the selection would be available under the line items section as you can see here. They all belong to the same project. There can be instances that you might have multiple projects, multiple users, multiple tasks available here, and you would want to group based on them. Replicon now provides you the ability to group these line items. Click on the drop down that you see here and then choose with what you wish to group. If I choose task, all the line items would be grouped based on the task. Similarly, if I choose project, all the line items would be grouped according to the project. You can add the expense line items and fixed bid line items in the similar way. Now let's learn about adding ad hoc line items. In scenarios where there are no timesheets existing for an entry, you can create ad hoc line items by clicking on the create new line item here. This would generate a blank row. However, you would get an option to choose the project. If you go here, you would see the edit button. Clicking on that, you would get the projects pertaining to the client that you have selected on the top. Choose the one that you wish to and then click on save. Since I have grouped the line items by project, you would see the project at the top. Add a description if you would like to, and then choose the units and the rate, and the amount would be automatically calculated and you would see the total payment coming up here. You can add a note for the customer, and you can add internal notes which will not be visible to the client. This is how you can add a new invoice in Replicon. Thank you for watching the video. Did you know that you can now get in touch with Replicon using Replicon Community? In order to access Replicon Community, on the home page, go to Customer Zone and then click on Community. You can now sign in or register and start posting your ideas, queries, questions, and one of our product management team members or the Replicon specialists will get in touch with you immediately.